This self-made New York investor and Republican fundraiser made it no secret how he felt a while back about Donald Trump.
That's another hack politician.
You call Donald Trump a hack?
He's a hack politician. He's probably going to make Elizabeth Warren his vice presidential nominee with comments like that.
Do you think he's a
It's anti-American. It's very, very divisive.
You think Donald's a plant?
And I'll tell you who he's going to be president of. You can tell Donald I said this, the Queens County Bullies Association.
Well, in a surprising turn of events, this Trump critic is now changing his tune, and he is backing Donald Trump and even signing on to help Mr. Trump raise money. So what made him change his mind? Anthony Scaramucci, the host of Wall Street Week on Fox Business Network and a member of Trump's National Campaign Finance Committee.
Well, the first thing is New Yorkers are subjected to rhetorical flourishes, Stephen, as you know. And that was in direct response to some attacks on the hedge fund industry that he was making here on Fox and Friends. But him and I have patched that up. I'm a Republican, lifelong Republican. I always said I would back the Republican nominee, and I wanted to be early for Donald because he is the Republican nominee. And so we've organized a campaign finance committee for him.
Right.
We started that last week. Our first fundraiser is going to be May 25th out in L.A. at Tom Barrack's house, the CEO of Colony Capital.
And you're confident you're going to be able to raise millions and millions of dollars. For folks watching, though, you know, when Donald Trump was running in the primary, and technically he still is, even though he's the presumptive nominee, he was talking about how he was self-funding. I'm going to self-fund this. I'm not beholden to anybody. Now that he makes his turn into taking money, explain the difference.
Well, I think what he was saying was that he was going to certainly self-fund through the primary process. I think he realizes that he needs to raise capital so to protect the downline of the party. Remember, most of this money is going into the Republican National Committee, so that will be used for the Senate, the House of Representatives.
To help other people get elected.
Yeah, no question. So I think in the spirit of team play, he's certainly going to need it for his own campaign and building the field operation, but he's going to also need to help the what I would call the down ticket of the Republican line.
You wrote a great column in the Wall Street Journal, and you talk about how he's a team builder, he can win, every vote matters, the Republican Party needs to come together. But you also say he's a pragmatic entrepreneur, and that's particularly important here in New York.
Yeah, and so I think this is something I missed early on, frankly, and so when I had this conversation with him yesterday, being an entrepreneur requires you to be very, very adaptive and resilient in the face of failure. One big thing that I think people are confusing about Donald Trump is they look at him as having uneven principles, but I don't see it that way. I see it as entrepreneurial adaptability. And so calling on my conservative friends who are very puritanical, Stephen, to give it a break. Here's a guy, this is an unbelievable opportunity for us as Republicans. He's an entrepreneur, super successful, great statesman capability, great statesman's potential.
Right. Anthony, a real pleasure.
Thanks,
Thank you very much. Watch his show, Wall Street Week.
Thanks for running that tape.
Oh, you betcha. A little embarrassing. Catch him Friday nights, 8 p.m. over on Fox Business.